Whether you're going to live there or not, or live a life like that, is completely up to you. But I would think, and maybe you guys, that are either watching this, I don't know the few that will. Um, oh, yeah, and I wanted to say this. I've asked for comments, and what I'm getting is porn sites. And I don't know if they're coming from the Philippines or whatever, but I'm not interested in that. I'm not desperate. And it would seem that maybe you would be if you're looking in another country, especially if you're going to find the same thing there that you would have already here. You know, I was just under the impression from the onset of my looking was that it was better. In other words, I listened to the jingle. I listened to the advertisements. I listened to all the promises of it's better there than it is somewhere else. I did that first, found something, or they found me, and then just kind of fell into that. And just because of the nice guy that I am, I hear stories, I hear their circumstances. You want to be a hero, but if there's no way out, and there doesn't seem to be, other than me going there and then just paying constantly to live there through visas or whatever, and then live with somebody that's married to somebody else is so risky. And it just doesn't even seem like it's practical. It may be practical for people that live there and that are indigenous of that area, but it's not practical for somebody that's coming to another country and then going to be breaking laws. And if the law is that you can't do that, you're subject at any time to being, you know, arrested. And at the discretion of whomever, a neighbor, the woman, if you and her get into a heated argument, could be a lot of things. And besides all that, there's health risks, that are there. There's people with different types of immunities and antibodies, different from ours. So just going to another country and assuming that you can just go there and everything's going to be good. There's sites on here that talk about immunizations, and they're not just one. You know, it might be 10, and that's just from the malaria, the mosquitoes, the E. coli. I understand that some people that disperse ice there, and they do in your drinks, as a complement to the drink, maybe. But maybe those machines aren't properly cleansed or cleaned, and you could be getting garbage there, and some have. You get very sick, and there's not a hospital on every corner or clinic that's going to be able to take care of you. So there's a lot of reasons just to back away. But to those that are doing the dancing, uh, as a way of getting likes or loves or whatever, and some of the dances too. And I know this because I read the comments, and not just from one person, just scrolling and reading comments. Most of the guys that see the girls that are doing that are making comments like, ooh, nice baby. Ooh, I would love to get some of that, whatever. And why would any woman in her right mind, or a man that is dating one, whether it's long distance relationship or not, why would he be okay with that? What kind of man does that? Is he the pimp or the simp? I don't know. I wouldn't think any soldier of a man would allow his woman to shake her junk unless, it does something for him to show somebody else, to say, ooh, that's my woman. I could have done that. Miss New Germany, man, I could have went all over with that. I could have just sat back like a fat cat and just said, okay, baby, go out there and make a living for us. But that was my wife, who stopped doing that long ago. I didn't remember her past as if it was something I should or she should be ashamed of. It was a transition in her life, but I didn't put that on her like, okay, baby, you got to go out there and make us some money because that's what you do. So when I see, people doing that and then also advertising that they're in some kind of a relationship, somebody's a pimp and somebody's a simp, one or the other. But no man would let a woman do that and say that that's my baby, or that's my wife, or that's the woman that I have pride in and would take around my family members. It's just my opinion. Give it some thought. You know, that's what I'm doing. I'm just, and please, those that are sending me that garbage,